Hello, so today I flopped even more in terms of getting up early. I actually woke up at 7:30, got up and turned my alarm off, then went back to sleep till 8:20 and didn't actually end up getting out of bed until about 9:10. I feel like the steps that I've put in place to help me get up in the morning, like having Andrew Tate screaming at me as my alarm and having the phone far away from the bed, those steps are kind of losing their novelty. And, now I really do need to rely on my discipline, which clearly isn't strong enough because, it seems to be getting worse and worse every day. Now, there are things that I did last night that aren't ideal in terms of getting up early. I went to the gym quite late. I had my dinner quite late. I ended up turning my MacBook on after I'd stopped filming, even though I said I wasn't going to. So, there's definitely things I can do to give myself a better chance of getting up in the morning. And like anything in life, if you don't take responsibility for it and figure out ways where you can change, then, things aren't going to get any better. So, I think I need to, take responsibility of the situation. It's my fault that I'm not being able to get up as early as I would like. And, I need to take some more steps in my life to give me a better chance, like going to bed earlier, not eating so late, not going to the gym late, and that sort of thing. And I was actually thinking today, right, how many of you out there would say that where you're at in life, in general, is your fault? Because when I look around, I see so many people that are just constantly moaning about how unfair life is, about how they don't deserve to be in the hardship they're in. And look, there are people in the world that don't deserve to be in the hardship they're in. There's children that, haven't got enough food to eat, for example. But, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about you. In fact, when I answer that question, I'm talking about me. I live my life nowadays with the view that where I'm at, I fully deserve to be. The good things that are in my life, I deserve, and, the bad things that are, that I've been through in my life, I deserve. There's no point me sitting there feeling sorry for myself and, like, for instance, getting up in the morning. There's no point me sitting there thinking, I'm trying everything, I'm working hard every day, but I'm still not being able to get up early in the morning. No, it's my fault that I'm not able to get up early in the morning. As I said, last night I went to the gym late, I ate late, I was looking at a screen late. But even, the times where I do go to bed early, do not eat late, and, my insomnia kicks in. I could look at it like, this is so unfair, I've gone to bed early, I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm not being able to go to sleep. But, maybe my insomnia is linked to how I've lived my life, my lifestyle. The fact that I used to stay up late, getting high and getting drunk. Maybe that's the reason why I've got insomnia. The reason why I've got like a busy mind and it's always racing, because, I've put things in my body multiple times that get your heart racing and, cause your mind to be really active. And look, even if there is things in your life that aren't your fault, it's not going to do you any good by focusing on those things. You'll be better off focusing on aspects of those things that are your fault, because if it's not your fault, you can't change it. So you need to get into the habit of seeking things that are your fault, because they're the only things that can be changed. So look, when I look at my life and I think, I'm not rich, I'm not living the kind of life that, someone might dream of living when they're younger, I see that as my fault. I could have worked harder at school. I could have worked harder in my old job. There's so many things I could have done throughout my life that would mean that I would now be in a better position. All the money I've wasted on going out and getting wasted over the years. I've mentioned on this channel recently where I feel like I might have to sell one or more of my cars. That's my fault. I haven't been great with my money. I went redundant from my job and, wasted a lot of that money. I could have been a bit more smart and put some of that into a business or something. So I fully accept that where I'm at now is my fault. But then on the other hand, the good things in my life, I allow myself to take responsibility for those as well. The fact I've got a great girlfriend is down to me, because years ago I sort of built myself up in a way where I was able to go out and chat to people and stuff, even though, you know, naturally I'm an introvert, and, you know, I found and still kind of find the social thing awkward. You know, I can take responsibility for the fact that, yes, I am building a better physique because I was the one, and I am the one that continues to put the work in to make myself fitter and healthier. So yeah, I basically go through life fully believing that the world is very fair, unlike most people in the world who basically consider the world to be unfair. You know, how many times have you heard someone say that bad things happen to good people? You know, like when you hear someone on the news that's been stabbed or whatever, you know, it's very sad if someone gets stabbed to death. But, you know, their family will come on and say, oh, yeah, you know, they've never hurt anyone. And how do they know? Like, how do they know? You know, that person might have been really horrible to loads of people, you know, without their family knowing. And look, it's an extreme example, you know, it's not a nice thing, someone getting stabbed to death. But I always just think that people in the world focus way too much on how unfair life is and how they don't deserve to have the hardships that are coming their way. And, you know, even if it is true that you have loads of things going on in your life that aren't your fault, it is not going to serve you to focus on them. You're way better off focusing on the things that are happening in your life that have been caused by your actions, you know, things that you do deserve. You know, take responsibility for as much as you can, because if you don't take responsibility for things, you can't change them. And in fact, even if it is things that you know, fully don't deserve, try and take responsibility for them things as well. Because even if something comes your way that you don't deserve, if you can try and find even small things about it that may have been your fault, then again, you're going to be able to find things that you can change to then change that situation moving forward. And, you know, the more you try and change your situation to make it better, then you'll be even more in a position where you do deserve where you are in life in terms of the good things that will come your way. So look, that was just a thought that I had when I was going for my walk today. I've already done my meditation, wrote in my journal before that. And yeah, now it's time to crack on with my workout. I'm on arms and chest again. So yeah, I'm going to bang out some chest press, bicep curls, and some tricep things. So today I've been listening to a guy called Ed Milet, who's on the Jay Shetty podcast. And Ed Milet's interesting because he lives 3 days in every one day in terms of productivity. Yeah, which is mad. The way he puts it is, you know, years ago, if you wanted to send a letter to someone, you'd have to strap it to a horse and, you know, send it across country, and it'd take 30 days. Whereas today, you can just send someone an email or a message. So in his opinion, we shouldn't really view time in the same way. So because of the world we live in and because everything's so fast, he gets 3 days worth of productivity out of each day. And yeah, he's all about, you know, living in the present moment and all that stuff as well. Alright, I am feeling alive after a cold shower, breakfast and my coffee. And now I'm going to start cracking on with some editing. I'm hoping to get this video out this evening on the other channel. That's the last video we made while we were over in Northern Ireland. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Because my girlfriend Kat is not working today, I'm going to be joining her for a gym session. So yeah, let's see what I can get done. And let me reiterate what I was saying earlier on in this video. I know there's people out there that watch this channel that, you know, maybe have disabilities or they're in situations that are genuinely not their fault. And it's going to be counterproductive if I sort of end up upsetting those people. Now, I'm not saying that if there are genuine things in your life that aren't your fault, you should try and take responsibility for them. What I'm saying is focus on the things in your life that are your fault, that you can take responsibility for, because they're the things that you can change. And then also, as you move forward and better yourself, you'll be deserving to take responsibility for the good things that you've caused yourself in your life. So yeah, hope that makes sense. All right, well, video is edited. It's actually quite a short video and quite a simple one to edit, really. But yeah, sometimes when I'm editing videos, I get sort of stuck watching the clips instead of focusing on what I need to do to edit them, especially when there's videos with a lot of driving clips and stuff, which is just another example of my lack of concentration. Yeah, I think if I went to the doctors, I'd probably be diagnosed with ADHD or something similar, but I'm not about going to get diagnoses. I'm just about adjusting my life to try and deal with whatever weaknesses that I've got. Anyway, Kat has just made me some lunch. We got chicken, cheese and salad sarnie and a protein yogurt and a coffee. And then I'm getting dragged out shopping because Kat's got to pick up some heavy stuff that Johnny needs for the patio in the garden. Go out for the patio acquired. So Kat's decided it's time for a new coffee machine. We're going to get one that you put the beans in rather than the pods, because I'm a coffee crackhead and using the pods is way more expensive, and yeah, the monthly coffee bill is getting too much. Speaking of coffee, just got a Cafe Nero, nothing like a Costa. I mean, it still cost a fortune, but doesn't taste as good. All right, so when we came back from coffee machine shopping, we haven't yet chosen our new coffee machine, by the way. I still had a few things to do, like uploading yesterday's video on this channel, but everything is now done, and it's now time for me and Kat to go to the gym. It's just gone 7:30, so it's getting a bit late, but hopefully we can go and bang out an arm and chest session and get back here for around 9 to have dinner, because I really want to try and go to bed early-ish tonight and get over my morning demons and actually get out of bed at 7:30 tomorrow. But yeah, let's go gym. So that was actually quite a hardcore arm and chest session. As I've mentioned before, when I go to the gym with Kat, we sort of grab a machine each, do a set, then swap straight away, do a set, and then swap straight away. And normally, like, we'll try and be on machines that are different. So, you know, one of us will go on a tricep and one of us will go on a bicep, and then you swap. So you're not doing 2 tricep exercises back to back, because, you know, you're going to get fatigued, and then, you know, you just can't do as many reps. But because the gym was so busy today, we were forced to do tricep and tricep back to back, then chest and chest back to back, and then we finished off by just doing arm curl and just waiting for each other. So, you know, I wasn't able to do as many reps as I normally would, but I've come away with a bigger pump than I normally get, which is mad. But yeah, it's really late now, it's 9:30, so we're going to go home, have a shower, and we're going to be eating dinner late, which isn't ideal, but, you know, I've got to take responsibility for that. I didn't get everything done that I needed to today early enough so that we could go to the gym early enough so that we could finish at a more ideal time. So that's my fault, and now we're going to be eating dinner late, which is my fault, and if I end up going to bed late, then that will be my fault. And if I get up late tomorrow morning again, that will also be my fault. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I try and just take responsibility for as much as I can in my life, even stuff that you could say isn't my fault, because, you know, in the past I've had a victim mentality and I've just gone on as if everything bad in my life is not my fault, and, you know, that's not the case. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if things aren't your fault, you can't improve on them. So you need to take responsibility for more stuff in your life so that you're then able to change more stuff in your life. And you know, while you're focusing on stuff that you can change and you can take responsibility for, you're not going to be focusing on stuff that you can't change, because if you can't change them, then you can't change them, so there's no point wasting time on them. Anyway, that is the end of another daily vlog on this channel. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Massive thanks to everyone who's got this far. I hope this video has been somewhat motivational or helpful. As usual, feel free to say hello in the comments and we'll have a chat. But other than that, thanks for watching.